Well, by now you've probably heard, party people,
Mm-hmm.
that the Soul Train Awards and the Hip Hop Awards are suspended.
Yeah.
So let's talk about it. This is from Vibe. It says, here's why BET has suspended the Soul Train and Hip Hop Awards. Quote, they aren't gone, BET CEO Scott Mills confirmed in a statement. BET has officially hit pause on two of its most iconic shows, the BET Hip Hop Awards and the Soul Train Awards. Both award shows have reportedly been suspended indefinitely,
Yeah.
according to the network. BET CEO Scott Mills confirmed the news in a statement to Billboard, saying, quote, so for BET Linear, we have suspended the Soul Train and Hip Hop Award shows, but we have a team that's actively thinking about where those award shows might best live as the media climate continues to evolve.
Mm-hmm.
They aren't gone. We also still have the NAACP Image Awards and the Stellar Awards. Clarifying further, he added, quote, it's less about them being no longer and more about our team having to reimagine them for this changing media landscape that we find ourselves in. I think what we're going to see are more people taking franchises and saying, quote, oh, him doing a quote.
Mm-hmm.
This might have started on linear television, but now I'm going to move it to another space. Do I move it to streaming or do I move it to another platform? Um, yeah. There's also a quote about 106 and sports. Do you want me to read about that or no?
I mean, you don't have to read it. It's basically, from what I understand, it's an offshoot of 106 and Park, but it's going to be sports focused.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, listen, all of the big fish have some sort of sports centered um, networks or programs or whatnot, including Paramount Global. So I don't think it's strange that they're trying to get into the sports game. I think that's
Mhm.
I think that makes sense. I think sports is something that is built to last.
Mhm.
When you're talking about sports and sports media.
Mhm.
So I can understand why anybody would be trying to get more involved in sports. Um, Especially because BT is representative of the black community, and there are a lot of us in sports, professional sports. So it
True
makes
that.
makes a whole lot of sense to me. But what do you think about that, and also the award shows?
106 in sports being a weekly sports show with guests, I think it's fine if that's what they want to do. I don't think that's a bad thing. I mean, we all know 106 in Park ain't really been 106 in Park in a long time. So I
Mhm.
think that's fine. I think that's probably smart to revamp it. I don't think they needed to call it 106 and sports, but whatever. Your thing, you do what you want with it. Um I think it's sad about the awards.
Mhm.
Um a lot of us look forward to these awards, both on the artist side and the consumer side.
Mhm.
Um, you know, the awards, as much as we criticize them, we have also discussed the other side, which is the artist side, where these things help with the artist's career. And being able to say, I won this award, I won that award, it helps boost your pay. It gives you kind of another way to increase your income, your reach and visibility, right? And so removing two of them uh is kind of whack. Also, these are our awards. These are the awards that are the melanated awards in a way. Maybe some people will say that's a reach, But these were kind of the awards that were for us, by us, and where we could see ourselves and say like, hey, at this award show, these were the things that were covered. These are the people who performed. We get to see like, yeah, are they niche? Yes, right. Like the hip hop awards is just for hip hop. Soul Train awards have a very specific demographic as well.
Mm-hmm.
But that was helpful to certain artists, and that was something also that as a fan you may not care about the hip hop awards, but you was really waiting for those Soul Train awards, or
Yeah.
vice versa. You might be like, the Soul Train awards. I'm not really the biggest soulful R&B person, but the hip hop awards, though. Let me see
Mm-hmm.
what's popping over there.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to be missing out on part of our culture, part of celebrating our culture, part of acknowledging our culture, and that makes me sad. I'm also shocked. Understand them saying, they need to figure out, are they taking it to streaming or to digital? And I think that part's okay, but the indefinitely word is what makes me a little sad, because anytime you hear indefinitely,
It's
there's a
possibility it
chance
won't come
that
back.
or it might be a hot minute. Because saying we're not doing it this year, we're gonna figure out what we want to do is one thing, but that
Yeah.
word indefinitely
Mm-hmm.
is where it
Yeah.
gets tricky.
I agree with you. I think that is a bit scary, very sad that we kind of don't even have a destination yet. We don't know where it's going to land, if it's going to land. Um, I totally understand that we are living in a very digital forward world, and the company is my understanding that the company is also trying to become digital forward. I think we'll see a lot more changes
Okay.
nothing I know about, but I'm just putting it into perspective, especially with this announcement, that if that's what they're moving towards, because that's where media is at this point, then we're probably going to see a lot more changes coming to BT and that what that experience looks like. They wouldn't be the first network to have to pivot and make changes, and also consolidate some things, because if it is digital forward, then yeah, a lot of the content that was specifically created for linear no longer makes sense.
Right.
Um, so you know, and there's a lot of money that goes into hosting these award shows, because yeah, we see it at the time that it's taped um and sent out to our TVs, but these events are usually away from home. They're not near headquarters. It's a whole big event around
Production.
it. It costs a lot of money to produce these events. Um, so I could totally understand if you're trying to restructure and refocus things. We already heard about the layoffs that happened recently. It doesn't seem like things are that all of that is over yet. So there's a lot of moving parts and there's a lot of changes that seem to be happening over there. And it does make me sad. Um, I mean, it makes me sad on a very deep level because I have a personal connection to the company.
Hmm.
Um, but also just being a black woman and just experiencing things like the Soul Train Awards, the Hip Hop Awards. The thing about the BET Awards is that it combines so many different things in that one show that
Hmm.
hip hop and Soul Train were great because they kind of broke out some of those things and allowed them to expand on things like R&B and soul. If you really love R&B and soul, like you said, you could watch the Soul Train Awards and get that R&B, soul, gospel. If you really were a hip hop head, like people look forward to the ciphers, people look forward to just being able to see hip hop be celebrated. And those things are absolutely important to us and to our culture. And it just kind of sucks that this is where it's at. I understand that they're saying it's not over, but I don't know. I don't know where it lands. Um, and I don't even, it just makes me uneasy about the future of BET itself because we don't know
Mm,
where that lands either, you know?
well
So,
said.
thank you. I don't know. I'm a little, I'm like, oh, okay. And like I said, I understand the sports thing. I don't think they need to call it 106 in Sports. 106 in Park wasn't even at 106 in Park when it ended. So it just feels like it's okay to retire the name at this point.
Yeah.
Um, I don't think it matters, especially if it's digital forward. The name carries weight, but also we're there's a new generation that has come into the fray. I think it's okay to shake things up a bit and still
Yeah.
have people on board. So
Yeah,
I
it
don't
could
know.
easily be called like BET Sports Weekly or the weekly sports recap or something. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. So I see what they're doing and I respect it. Like I said, I think that sports is something that has longevity. You Sports don't go away. Um, People are always going to consume sports content, so makes total sense. I don't like the name.
Yeah.
But